Greetings, one and all. It is Wednesday. Can you believe it? It's the day before leap day. I would more refer, I kind of used to remember it called leap year, but tomorrow's the 29th of February. If you were born tomorrow, your chronological age doesn't match your calendar age, but I am glad we're here on this Wednesday. You may be seeing it at some other time. That's wonderful. It is Discover and Recover Yoga. Thank you guys so much for coming on to talk about what we discover, things about ourselves, maybe things about other people in our lives. You know, this discovery process is so, in my humble opinion, a wonderful journey, an inspirational time. It can be a bit trying, as we discover that which we no longer, or that which we might not have known, because we're kind of building some awareness. We're kind of gathering some awareness and some strength and some stability. This book that I'm holding in my hand is Rules That Guide Us. Stability, finding stability, creating stability during uncertain times. And so that's one of the genesis, one of the reasons for Discover and Recover Yoga to do that, to help us discover and uncover things in our lives, at work, at home, at play, that may no longer suit our higher good. We transition, lots of transitions, lots of transformations on this planet in these moments. I'm going to talk as you get settled into supine. I'm going to ask you to find your way onto your back, lying down, getting super comfortable, but not too comfortable. I mean, comfortable, but not too comfortable, because we want, the practice is about to ensue. And as you're there, I'm just going to suggest you introduce this kind of breathing, and I'll demo it. I'll just walk you through it. It's very simple. You're going to in-breath to a third of the capacity of your lungs, a little brief pause, and then you're going to in-breath again. This is all through the nose, to about 2/3 capacity of your lungs. And then the third, and a little pause, and then the third in-breath is the fullest capacity of lungs. So you're going in thirds, thinking about filling that vessel, that container, your lungs, and the exhale, everybody's muted. So please let the exhale be bold and beautiful, like you guys, bold and beautiful in the exhale. As you do that, I'm going to talk about thoughts. Quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. All words, emotions, and actions begin with our thought. Our perspectives on life weigh heavily on our thoughts we think. We might not even be aware of all the thoughts we have, because they flow through our minds as the dialogue through which we see the world. Commentary of our life experience is simply the thoughts we think. If we have negative thoughts, we will most likely see life in a negative way. If we have positive thoughts, the way we see the world will be positive. Our thoughts are our filters, and they need to be examined so that we can proceed in life with the progress we want to make. All right, so that's the first part of that, and we'll get into a little bit more. So as you transition to neutral and normal breathing, so hopefully that felt kind of good, get you nicely grounded. And speaking of grounded, the back of the head, the shoulder blades are nestled onto the mat. Depending on how the arms are positioned, either the triceps or maybe the forearms, front of the forearms or the back of the forearms, palms up or palms down. Depending on the curvature of your spine, some portions of the spine will be on the mat. Let's see. How about if you would like to get a little baby ab workout, you could take that curve out of your lumbar. So sink your navel towards the mat, and it flattens out the back. You might only do that for a couple, 3 or 4 breaths. Glutes are nicely connected to the surface of the mat. So are portions of the hamstring, calves. Yeah, how about the calves? And then, probably the back of the heels or the Achilles. So those are connection points. And I just say that as you become aware, familiar, sense, very simple. Okay, here we go, friends, D&R folks. Let's inhale to reach arms overhead. So you're in this morning stretch at whatever time you're doing this. So it's lengthening. Get the fingers to wiggle. How about the wrists to rotate? Toes, ankles. So everything is kind of in moving. Now, thank you. Hello to the extremities. You might have to transition and starting that nostril breathing. That's an opportunity, because what I'm going to suggest you inhale to lengthen just a bit more, but as you exhale, both wrists to the upper right corner of the mat, both ankles lower right corner of the mat. You'll know you're there because you'll feel kind of an arch along the left side body. Both wrists upper right corner of the mat, both ankles lower right corner of the mat. where some practitioners, some students like to take the left ankle and cross it over the right ankle. It might feel good. So you should be in this banana shape. And some students from there take the right hand, grab that left wrist and arch or the torso over towards the right side. If that feels good, feel free to do that as you're breathing, that nostril breathing, that ujjayi breath for 3. Right. For me, in this position, my left shoulder blade wants to pop a little bit because I'm so tight to the upper body for 2. All right, here we go. On an inhale, let's come back to center. You're once again to that morning stretch because guess what? Now we go both wrist upper left corner, left-hand corner, both ankles lower left-hand corner. Yeah. Banana shape. Right side body starts to expand. Right ankle might cross over left ankle. Left hand might grab right wrist, and you find a little deeper engagement on that with the bend. Yeah. Notice right side body. My shoulder blade would want to lift if I was joining you. I'm just kind of still walking us through this as we hold for 3. You know, my mantra, not holding the breath, but holding the pose. Hopefully that feels okay through the right side for 2. Now, please, let's re-elongate. So let go, come back to center. I'm gonna start to make my way to the mat. Hopefully my voice is clear. Inhale for more length with energy. So draw both knees into the chest. Both knees draw in. We have our foot going by. Got my yoga blanket back here. I've got my meditation cushion. My blocked. It's a little gentle reminders about some props might be used. Side to side rock might feel good. I've got some students that go front to back. If that's the case, you're going to tuck the chin towards the chest. Like, feels kind of good. But eventually, arms come out like wings. Knees float, they don't. Knees stay right here. Left leg goes long. Right knee is drawn in. It's just right knee. Oh, I'm going to have that left hand guide that right knee to the left. Left hand guides the right knee to the left. I'm looking, gazing out over my right shoulder. Okay. Steadily twisting. Oh, yeah. We'll hold here for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, on 1, let's come back to center. Rebind that right knee. Re-lengthen that left leg. I'm going to commit to that left foot flexing. Eventually, right leg goes stick straight to the ceiling. Yeah. And I'm going to bind behind the thigh, behind the knee, or behind the calf. And give that right ankle some love. Left foot is flexed, left calf is glued. My option here is to let the shoulder blade to the back of the head peel off of the mat. Elbows are hugging the sides of the leg, forehead to knee, chin to shin. I'm drawing energy through that left heel, trying to at least. We'll hold for 3. Nice. Breathing into that for 2. Oh, let's rebend the right knee. Yeah. Give it 1 hug, 1 more hug, and then switch. Right leg goes long, left leg is same thing, other side. So I'll guide you through. You've got that bind. Commit, please, to the right foot flexing and the right calf gluing to the mat. Now, you guessed it, right hand's going to guide the left knee across the midline of the body, and you're going to twist, spinal twist. Left arm comes out like a wing, and you have that nice steady gaze over their left fingertips. Big twist. A couple more breaths here. Maybe you know what I'm going to say, maybe reintroduce a nice full and rich and deep cleansing breath. You know, on occasion, I mean, certainly encourage that during practice. But now here we go. Let's eventually come back to center. You've got that left knee drawn in. Please, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Recommit to the right foot. Okay. Draw energy through that right heel. Now, you might already do this, start to straighten that left leg to the sky. Where the bind is thigh, knee, or calf. Yep, if you feel like the elbows are flaring out, just gently draw them in close to that leg. Ankle gets some love. Hello, left ankle. We're talking extremities again. Think about what the ankles do for us. Holy cow. Things of beauty. Now, you guessed it. You might have already started to peel the shoulder blades and the back of the head off the mat. Bind is going to maybe creep up the leg a bit. It might stay low. Forehead to knee, chin to shin is a nice visual. Draw the navel towards the spine. Get a little ab work. Nice. Breathing steady into that. We'll hold for 4. All is well for 3. I'm going to come down to it. I'm going to stay right here for 2. Now, please, let's come back. Shoulder blades to the back of the head. Let's go ahead and rebend that left knee. Oh, yeah. Right knee comes in to meet it. So where we began a few minutes ago, There may be some additional rocking and rolling. Maybe both legs go straight. Who knows? Come out wide with a V shape. Just make some play. Maybe do this. What's that mean? It looks like we're doing ballet or something. Eventually, you'll rock and roll your way up to seated. I am finding my way onto my meditation cushion where my stuff, my knees lower a bit. So if you've got another posture, a butterfly pose, or finding sitting on the knees is an option. Legs out front. Another variation. Let's settle in. Let's assess where we are in this moment. So that's something I've been sharing with students. When you ask, how are you? Which is a very common question. It's just what we do to begin conversations. How are you? You can, that little cue me up, that little end phrase, in this moment, at this time, in this, in this setting, something that consciously or unconsciously, the person receiving that question, well, maybe there's an opportunity to think, in this moment, pretty good. In this moment, there's some challenges. And then additionally, what else is I going to share about that? Just that we continue to build bonds, try to make those connections, stronger connections, build stronger communities. And one of the most simplest and I call it a micro connection, it's the wave. I was doing it today. I got my hair cut, got really short. The short feels good. It's really windy here in central Indiana, a little chilly as well. I can feel the coolness on my scalp. Breath in and breath out. Notice if you take those full, rich, and deep cleansing breaths, do the shoulders creep up? Maybe a little bit. So be purposeful, but keeping the shoulders soft. Lengthen the spine. Feel free to close the eyes. It is that idea. Our thoughts become things. Thoughts play such an integral part in on our walk here in this place called planet Earth. Nice. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms wide and high. Nice. As you exhale, I'm going to interlace the hands behind the head. So I've got this position. All I'm going to do is tick tock. I'm just going to go elbow to side, maybe bring it down far, who knows. But I'm thinking of the torso, my body in the frontal plane, torso. So, as if it's in between two panes of glass. And it's, the reference to TikTok makes some people think of the other TikTok, but here's our version for 4, 3. I have we had the side bodies kind of warmed up in that banana posture earlier for 2. Nice. I find myself leaning forward a little bit. Now we're back to center release. Yes. I'm going to suggest wherever the hands go, I'm mapping my fingertips around the knees. The chin draws in towards the chest. Yep. But I'm purposefully drawing the chin towards the chest while I'm lifting the back of the head to the ceiling. Right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. I'm going to stick with the half the neck rolls, but if you have your cervical spine, your neck feels good to find the full neck roll, please do that, reversing direction each time. It's gentle, it's slow. For me, at age 63, there's a lot of something, snap, crackle, pop going on. So here we are for 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Ooh. Last one, the head comes back to neutral, palms reconnect at the heart center. There's a purpose, an ideal. Like I say, if there's a thought, since the theme today is thoughts, if there's a notion, a concept, you want to send some love, some light out to somebody in your midst, by all means, in this moment. Nice. Interlace those fingers, please. Let's press interlace palms forward. We do this pretty regularly. Walking forward, draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift my palms towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and release. Hands to the low back. And I'm in an opportunity to bond. Inhale is going to draw the knuckles south, collarbone spread, shoulder blade squeeze, and then have a gentle forward fold. Who knows where it's going to take you? I think I'm going to bring my head to this block, my forehead to this block. As I maintain and fold. You'll notice, you'll sense wherever the bind is going to go, wherever the interlaced hand, maybe they'll float off the low back, they may stay connected to the lumbar. We'll hold for 3. Moving into that for 2. Now I'm going to gently release the bind, float the hands in a semicircle to the front of the mat. Nice. Block away. Maybe down to the next level. Please walk the hands back towards your midline. If you are cross-legged, I'd like it uncross and recross. Okay, for me, it's quite different as I cross in a different way. For you, it might be the exact same. Reach, place the finger, left down and thumb on top, press it forward, please. Same thing, chin carved in. Navel draws back, inhale the chin, place palms towards the sky. To the low back, behind, left dominant thumb on top. I know, I'm gonna bring my block up here. Lunge bind, and then move forward, fold. Opportunity to stay static in this moment and just notice where the bind goes. Stays low, maybe it lifts a little higher for 3. Beautiful breathing into that for 2. Now I want to slowly release the hands to float in that semicircle back to the front of the mat. Release tension, any stiffness or tightness in the hips. Low back, just let it go. Eventually, here we go, D&R. Let's walk the hand back to the heart center. Oh, yeah. All right, good job. In naming Discover and Recover Yoga, somebody said it sounds like the Department of Natural Resources, D&R. Over stay on hands, please. Tabletop. Begin the spin, please. So shoulders reach out over the wrists. Hips brush across the heels. Yeah, that's the motion. We come to that spin pretty right, as if you had a mark on your belly. I know I sound like people have that visual regularly. So whatever size buckle is being connected onto your surface as we keep going that direction for 3. As you guys keep going for 2. Nice. Now on 1, reverse, take it the other way. See, maybe you get a little hip shimmy as the side bodies reach towards this long edge of the mat. Hello, wrists and shoulders, knees and hips. Nice. All right, you're back to neutral. Okay. Tabletop. If you haven't tucked your toes around, I've got some students that do tabletop from the balls of the feet. All right, we're going to just start to float into our first downward dog. So take your time as we make that transition. Hips are going high, heels are going low. Still have some students say, hey, do my heels need to find the mat? Not necessarily, nope. But what I like to do is pedal it out. Sometimes I wrap my left foot on the back of my right foot. Same thing other side, chest towards thigh. Got a lot of energy to the top of the mat. Feeling pretty good. Chest towards thigh, gaze towards the belly button. Now we're just going to simply come back down to hands and knees. Untuck the toes. I want you to try like y'all's hero's pose. Some students, this is not workable. A wonderful suggestion is a rolled up blanket or a pillow between the hamstrings and the knees. That's an option. If that doesn't work, and still on the knees, you can come up like so. I've got some students, it's difficult for them to have the tops of the feet on the mat. You can put a blanket underneath the tops of the feet to soften up. The arms will lift. As we exhale, draw the hands to heart center, left elbow to right thigh. Left elbow to right thigh. So lovely twist. Inhale, we bring the hands back to the heart center. Exhale, right elbow to the left thigh. That's the little gentle flow. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite elbow to opposite thigh. All 9 at a time as we go for 6. As you inhale, you're coming up to that long spine. That's always the twist, the condensing for 5. Breathing steady into this for 4. Soften the throat, soften the jaw. For some reason, my shoulders often want to get tense here for 3. Flowing like water. Thank you, Bruce Lee. Here's 2. Yes. Last one. You're back to the heart space. Releasing the hands down. I have some students. Well, now, take the heels outside of the hips. We know for me that and draw the booty to the floor. My booty doesn't make it to the floor. So I put a block between my ankles. In this position, and then slowly walk the hand backwards. So this will be a quad stretch, a big quad stretch for some. Some will make it to this position, some will come down to the forearms. I've got some students that can lie down on the bench. Hello, quads. So find that stretch that works best. I'm going to minimize and mitigate or try to not to let the knees fall off of the floor. Nice. Big stretch as we hold for 4. Left and right with the toes. D&R Yoga for 3. Breathing into that for 2. But slowly out of that by walking the hands forward, removing my block. I'm continuing to that tabletop, retucking the toes, relifting hips, so downward dog, where I pedal it out. And I'm gonna really, see all those hammies, those quads, I should say. Hammies in this, but the quads on the other thing. I'm actually gonna give myself a little massage from downward dog. We do that with our right hand, left hand. Beautiful. All right, eventually, we bring up onto the tiptoes. Let's bend both knees. Let's walk it, step it, top of the mat. Swinging forward fold. Yeah. Nice. So there's another opportunity. Any residual tension, just let it slide. Some will sway, some will stay still, some will bind. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, perhaps, maybe, maybe not. Eventually, though, palms to shins, let's half lift. Exhale, fold it deep. Ooh, yeah. One more time, palms to shins, half lift. Exhale, we're back to the fold. All right, arms out like wings, let's reverse swan dive. We'll come to standing. Palms meet above the crown of the head. Find that extended posture, and then hands draw into the heart space. Nice. Mountain pose at heart center, sometimes referred to as samskaras. A little blending of breath, body, and soul. Got my Jim Estrada t-shirt on. Picked up in Amsterdam in August. So mountain pose, reset, realign, readjust, minimizing up forehead tilt. We've talked about that for many months now. The front of the throat draws to the back of the neck. It may feel like the chest is puffing out, on purpose by design. Lift up. Chair pose, sinking the booty back. So underneath my knees, I can see my toes. Heart stays lifted. Nice. Inhale, we'll float a little bit further through the hands. As you exhale, float the hands to the back, and let's round. Chair. Yeah. Collarbones will once again do their deal. Shoulder blades will as well. So we'll hold this thing for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now, if once you forward fold. See what happens. Yeah. Bind stays low, it may go high. Just for style, hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. If I gently release the bind, we're back to that standing forward fold. These things matter, palms to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Arms out like wings, reverse swan dive. Once this takes this to standing. Palms meet above the ground, maybe give yourself a hand. Amazing. To the heart center, with love, appreciation, and then mountain pose. Yes, mountain pose. I'm really rebooted. Love the tree fix party. I'm rebooted, and then I'm revisiting. Okay. Up to chair pose. I'm reupholstering this chair. Okay, I know it's getting a little bit too much reading. Like a bit more. Exhale, let's flip the hands a little back. Rebind. Let's dominant thumb on top and draw it in. We're back and down. Ooh. Hello, collarbones. Hello, shoulder blades. We'll hold for 3. Nice. Let's see the toe underneath the knees for 2. On 1, slowly release. See what happens to the bind. And then slowly do release the hands to standing forward fold. I'm joining you at the top of the mat. Each one's round, palms to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Nice. Let's do this, friends. Let's walk the feet back to downward dog. Back to the downward dog. Okay. I'm going to suggest now we lower to the knees. Flatten the feet, lower the hips, and find this up dog version. You might, I'm on the knees for a moment, and then I'm going to lift the knees. Lift the knees. I'm going to rich range of motion. Make my wrists right underneath my shoulders. Now, there's a version we're going to try in just a moment, which is a lot different. We'll hold for 3. We can get that for 2. Now, return to table, please. Return to table. All right. A little shitty. That same process is going to happen from the balls of the feet. So I'm tucking the toes under, I'm lifting the knees, and I kind of scooch my balls of the feet back a little bit, and I'm lowering my hips. And then let the knees find it, but then the knees will once again lift, and we'll call this an Iyengar up dog. Nice. Feel a lot different from the balls of feet. Hold for 3. Beautiful. Breathing into that for 2. Nice. Now 1 knees will relower. straw back table. Okay. Now, yogi's choice, I'll guide you through this, is to do this once again from the tops of the feet, the more traditional version, or if you'd like to do the Iyengar version, toes under. Nice. You start to lean forward. Yes, if the hips lift, you can begin with the knees lower to take some pressure all back. Otherwise, the knees will float as well. As you have a strain on the sternum, you're taking the chest high. Yeah. Relax through that lumbar. We'll hold for 3. That's the best with the pose. I know, guys. Sound like we're almost there for 2. Nice. Now come on back down. You find yourself back to table. Big toes to touch. Draw the knees out wide. Child's pose. And hopefully that feels good. Yeah. Mhm. Nice. Okay, an invitation in this child's pose to thread that right arm over towards the left side of the mat. For me, this version has me now with my forehead on the mat, or a baby, a little gentle turn of my head to the right, landing my chin on my tricep or my shoulder head, and perhaps a portion of my left temple outside of my left eye on the mat. If that gets uncomfortable, head comes to neutral or turns to the left. Hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, let's unthread that right arm goes through, please. You guys the left arm over towards the right side. Same principle applies. You start with that head neutral, and then see what happens by turning the head to the left. Where that chin will land once again, maybe out to tricep, shoulder, head. Yeah, spread those left fingertips wider. They're probably on this, whatever surface your mat is on, hardwood floor, carpet or something. If that cervical spine doesn't work with that, keep the head neutral. Keep going for 4. Just breathing into that for 3. Here's 2. And yes, let's unthread that left arm. Good job, D&R Yoga folks. All right, back up on the hands and knees, retuck the toes, relift hips, downward dog. All right, pedal it out, shimmy it out, relax, release. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, here we go. Inhale, right leg lifts. On the exhale, right knee towards chin or chest. Inhale, back out. Exhale, right knee in towards chin or chest. Inhale, back out. On this exhale, right foot between the thumbs. Little lunge. Left foot anchors. Left arm cartwheels around. We've got warrior 2. Yes. Torso facing the left side of the mat. Warrior 2. Nice. A lot of energy out of that left foot. I got my right knee and right ankle level nicely stacked. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, draw the energy up. It sounds counterintuitive. Exhale, let go. Inhale, let's float right hand high, left hand low. Exalted warrior. Some will wrap that left hand around the low back. Find that beautiful expansion along the right side. We'll hold for 3. That's it. Nice breathing into that for 2. Now we need to start back to warrior 2, please. Inhale, low digits, fingers, forearm plant. Side bend, side angle. The right forearm finds that right thigh. Go forward, like. Spinning upper left wrist. Maybe this right arm comes out to meet the left, but otherwise it stays there for connection for 3. We've got that almost there for 2. Now let's lunge first. Bring that right hand. I'm going to keep my left hand to the instep of the right foot, right arm lefts, revolve crescent. Beautiful. We'll hold for 3. You can do this with the left knee down if that feels better for 2. Now eventually, right hand down, right foot down, five to shut, slow to shut. Inhale, revisit that tower, cobra. Exhale, rebend the knees, retuck the toes, downward facing dog. Okay. So that's that side. So once you get nicely reorganized in a downward dog, left leg will lift, please. Back is to the side. Exhale, left knee toward midline, chin or chest. Inhale, we'll draw it back out for 3 line. Exhale, yes, you guessed it, towards the midline. Inhale, back out. Now, This exhale, yes, brings left foot between the thumbs. Lunge. My left foot is back, right foot is back, left foot is front, right foot is back. And then let's follow right on around warrior two on this. Okay. Let me through. So torso is facing that right side of the mat. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, please let go. One more time. Shoulders shrug high. And then release. Inhale, exalt. Right hand low, left hand high. Static posture here. Just maybe that right hand wraps around low back, slides down that right leg. You get to choose as we hold for three. Nice breathing into that front chin. Now release back out to the warrior two, please. Lengthening through those fingertips. Here we go, side angle. Get your own. Let the right arm, left arm come out and meet it if you like. It's side angle. Maybe you can bring that left hand to the instep of the left foot. Oh, yeah. Hold here for three. Not the breath, but the pose. Okay. On one, we're going to frame that left foot. I like on it to the right heel. Right hand stays, left hand rests revolve crescent. So there's a pop. We'll go for three. Breathing into that for two. Now little changes come out on one. Left hand down, right foot out, standing forward fold. Piecing the hand, palms the shins, hands left. Exhale, we're back to the fold. Arms once again out like wings. Let's reverse swan dive, palms meet. Give yourself a hand. Heart center. And relax. Let go. Release. Burdens. Negative thoughts. Discover and uncover that all of those elements. Perhaps there's something within your sphere of influence. Perhaps there's something ongoing within your workplace, your home life. You know, maybe use a little adjustment, or maybe some transition or some shifting. The awareness factor can grow as we settle into the body, settle into the breath. Weight, speaking of settling, weight into that right foot. I'm going to go ahead and lift this left leg. It's actually my right leg. I'll let the arms go higher. And I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of my left thigh. Right hand to the outside of my left thigh, my left arm to the back of the mat. So I've got this position. Now some will take those right fingertips, wrapping around that big left toe, and find, I think it's a version of dancing Shiva. It's an option. Otherwise, the focus is you can always do this in the kickstand version. Actually, the great prop is this block, and I'm just in this position, not just, but I have this position. So there's variations in this balancing pose as we go for four. Breathing into that for three. I'll almost start like a one-legged kick pose for two, or one-legged walk pose. Now let's release. Okay. Well, that block. Great prop. So as just a gentle reminder, up to mountain. So the one-legged mountain is coming up, left foot is grounded, right leg lifts. Yeah. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and then right arm to the back. Perhaps that right foot is on the block, or perhaps the right fingertips find the right big toe, and there's an extension knee. We'll hold for three. Don't come out of it. Let's go a little longer. See how, so find the twist, or maybe that hand up pose for two. Beautiful. All right, please let go. Bring everything back to mountain. Yes, reassess your situation. Reassess the situation. All right, please, I'm going to join you back at the top of the mat. I want to make sure you got room behind you. You would, because you're at the top. You guys will remember this. Yeah, it's coming up onto the tiptoes. It's coming up onto the tiptoes. And the arms come to parallel, and we're just gonna, like in an elevator, we're just gonna sink all the way down, or as far as you can go. Take your time. Just lowering hips to heels. I'm surprised my knees haven't popped yet. Okay. Now, this is where that takes a little trust factor. What I'm going to do, make sure I've got room behind you. And you're comfortable with this. Roll through my bum, and I'm just going to roll through my bum into this position where my knees are hovering over my forehead. My low back is supported by my hands. It's a setup for a plow pose because some may start to straighten the legs and maybe feet find the floor. Otherwise, I'm just going to have my knees kind of hovering over my forehead. Opportunity to take the legs out wide. Would be a shoulder stand for some. That's a little more advanced. Got to make sure that the neck is fully supported. You're not looking left or right in the shoulder stand. Plow pose and option. We'll hold for 3. The breath but the pose. For 2. Now we're here to come out, the hands find the mat. I'm gonna roll the spine. Legs are gonna find the floor. So are the shoulder blades in the back of the head. Mhm. My right hand, palm down, goes underneath my right butt cheek. Palm down goes underneath my left butt cheek. And I've got the index fingers and the thumbs connected for a little diamond shape as I set up for fish pose. So between my wrist and my elbow, I'm going to press into my forearm. As I have string on the sternum, maybe taking the chest high, and I'm going to let the gaze go backwards. So I'm going to lift the feet off the mat for variation for core and low back, otherwise the heels stay grounded. As we hold for 3. Just breathing into that for 2. Nice. Now when you come out, this chin comes towards the chest, shoulder blades on the back of the head lower, releasing the body from underneath the bum. Right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. We have a hug, a little self hug. Suggestion is to bend the knees, soles of the feet on the mat. You might rock the torso a little side to side. All right, suggestion on an exhale is maintain the bind, but peel the shoulder blades in the back of it off the mat. So a little extra ab at the end as you draw elbows towards belly button, or maybe elbows between the thighs. An opportunity. Just check in, draw that navel low, a little core for 3. Nice. Maybe get those little pulses for 2. Or you stay static. Now please relax and release. Relax and release. Like to move the head from side to side, maybe shake the legs out. All right. Now it's left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder. So we're just going to have the other form on top. Remember that in elementary school or in kindergarten, they would go shark. Kids in preschool, shark. Form like that. Shark, because there was a shark song. Big breath in, big breath out. And then when you're ready, yes, let your next big exhale take you and heel the shoulder blades in the back of the head off the mat. We're giving ourselves that hug. Maybe you combine a little deeper on the shoulder blades. Elbows are coming towards the thighs. Yes. Sink that navel low. We'll go for 5. Keep going for 4. Here we go for 3. Almost there for 2. All right, with control, lower down and let go. Oh, yeah. I would suggest we take the knees and just switch them from side to side. So easy. So All right. Last but not least, I'm going to let the inside of my knees connect as I heel toe my feet out towards the edges. So the inside of the knees are kissing. I'm heel toeing my feet, so the inline of the feet are finding the mat. Everybody's going to feel this in different spots. Inner thigh, inner thigh, glutes. Just see what that internal rotation looks like for the. So I can feel it big time. So I've got my knees well pretty much kissing, the in blades of the feet connected to the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll hold for 4. All as well for 3. Here we go for 2. Right now, let's do this. Heel toe the feet back to neutral, but keep going and find butterfly pose. Hold the feet kiss. Maybe draw those heels maybe a little closer to the groin, root chakra. You've got a pretty good connection, big toe mount and heels. Maybe a little flutter. Some take their hands to the inner thighs and give a little nudge. I guess what D&R Yoga folks, this may be a spot for some practitioners to stay in. So if this is feels comfortable for you to rest, absolutely. Others will draw the knees towards the ceiling. It keeps keeping the knees bent, protects the low back, takes pressure low back. This feels good. Others will take right ankle, right corner, left ankle, left corner. And we rest. Rest assured that thoughts will come and thoughts will go. But as you are, I'll come back to the concept of thoughts and how its author, Dr. Mendoza, and his co-author, Ms. Myers, suggest we think about. There are techniques people use to snap out of patterns and break these kinds of repetitive cycles of thinking. They're referring to, how we are in this moment, based on upbringing, on influences, our environment. The brain, the thoughts will form these thought forms, these grooves. In the yoga practice, we call them samskaras. So they're patterns of regular thinking that have been ingrained. And perhaps you're familiar with the term that's been popping up the last 5 or 10 years, neuroplasticity. Ways to create new thought patterns. And we can do that through yoga, through meditation, through mindfulness practices, other ways as well. But so this is for them, they talk about meditation as a gentle and highly effective way to increase awareness in the many areas of life. As our practice grows, awareness of our thoughts and feeling also grows. Awareness is the space created between our usual emotional and mental patterns and the new thinking patterns we want to create. That space gives us the ability to ask ourselves, are these the thoughts I want to think? Are these the feelings I want to feel? Are these other people's beliefs or my own? Did I take on these opinions from others, or do I really believe this? So awareness is the space between who we are and who we want to be. As we engage in the space of becoming, we are walking on sacred ground. All things are possible when we create space for something new, because we are creating from our unlimited potential. Few more moments in this resting posture, supine. See if you can let any leftover tension, any sign of a stiffness or a tightness, please let it go. All right, eventually we'll take the right hand just below the belly button and the left hand on top of the right hand, shall we? The lower dantian, as it's known in the Qigong practice, it's a powerful energy center down by the digestive system, the elimination system down by the sex organs. It's a powerful energy center. So we nestle the right hand just below the belly button, the left hand on top of the right hand. Well, I'm going to suggest we reintroduce that breath pattern that we did at the beginning, where you in breath for a third of the capacity. Pause. Next in breath is for 2/3 of the capacity of your in breath, you pause. And then the third is the full capacity up to the top. And then there's that beautiful, long and steady exhale. And maybe I would encourage a sound. So let's do that for maybe 2, maybe 3 more times. Hopefully you can feel as you return to normal breath, hopefully you can feel the belly expand. that's where we have an opportunity to be really mindful of that, let the belly expand as well in our breathing practice. Now the hands can stay there, you can go someplace else as we move the fingers and toes. Hello, once again to the extremities. If you'd like to shrug the shoulders or wiggle the ears, snap the fingers, whistle. Eventually, the inhale draws the knees into the chest. So that's our signal, as I'm fond of saying, we're about to conclude. What a joy, what an honor to be in you guys' midst. Thank you for the reminder for the recording. So you have this bind, you're hugging, you're squeezing, you're rocking, you're rolling, but eventually you're coming to seated. It may be where you started earlier, revisiting that same seated posture. You know what? I'm going to change. Well, I know we practiced heroes earlier, but I'm going to back to heroes pose. Palms meet at the center of the chest. Here's our chance to reflect, to reassess where we are in that mental state, where we are in the emotional body and the physical state. Hopefully the body feels good. We set ourselves up for hopefully a nice circadian rhythm this evening, wherever you are, whatever time zone, that we have the opportunity to get into a deep dream state, that restorative sleep the body so craves. In that traditional fashion, we see, please know the divine mind, the teacher, and the spirit that dwells within me, indeed, with a bunch of gratitude. And a mindset towards really noticing and observing my thoughts, bows to the divine mind, the divine teacher, and the divine spirit in each and namaste. Okay, good job, guys. And